Hey guys, and welcome back to Twin Moons. Today we will be doing a pick a card reading for March 2020 predictions. So we will give you guys some time to pick which pile is calling to you the most. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, well let's go ahead and get started with pile 1. Okay, so the first thing that I asked, because like for March 2020 predictions, I know a lot of you want to know majority about your love life or career, and so like that's kind of where my mindset was at when I focused on this reading. And the first thing that came out was the 2 of Wands, and that shows me that you have some sort of decision to make when it comes to your love life, and it's followed by the 5 of Wands, which let me know that your feelings are kind of like all over the place. You don't know if you want to turn your back on it, if you want to try to rekindle things, or if you just want it away from you. You're not exactly sure where you kind of want to be, but at the same time I feel like even though you're kind of torn in between 2 decisions, you know for a fact like that all of those challenges and stuff is kind of over with. Like I'm sensing that this isn't something that is making you happy, and you know that ultimately you might need to walk away. Even though you're still indecisive about it, you know what you really need to do deep down, and that's why this Judgment card is here as well. And then you know, like we have this 3 of Wands, and honestly, like when I was here I was thinking that it was like, you know, not new beginnings, but like progression, like in your career. I think it's shifting from love to career, and it's like things are basically looking up for you. You got the Sun card that's following it with the 10 of Pentacles, and I think that your career right now is just like taking off, and it might be so fast that you can't even believe it. Like things are just happening left and right. You're manifesting all the things that you wanted, and you're happy in one side of your life, but then on the other side of your life you're still trying to like figure out what to do. But the great thing is you're not allowing that to stop your shine.
Shit, like whatever this is glowing. I was just looking at how like she
right,
like, glowing, and the Empress, like that's hella big boss energy,
right?
Yeah,
definitely. Not allowing your love life to control your coin, which is not supposed to.
Yeah,
but some people don't know how to balance both, but clearly you know how to balance it. And I'm not sure if you're afraid of it taking a toll on your career, and that's why you like, hey, this might have to go. I'm not exactly sure, but whatever it is, I know you cutting this out, and I know that the finances are going to continue to flourish.
for sure. And then finally, we just asked what
to expect for your March 2020, and what should you look out for.
So basically the first card is the 7 of Cups, which is like in this deck, which is the Native American deck, it's a vision quest. And basically they used to send their, like, probably somebody that was like a spiritual leader in the community would send people on vision quests, and they would like they would go to like the woods, probably smoke some weed, and like literally would sit and wait for like visions to come to them. Like it was called a vision quest because there was some type of enlightenment that they were seeking, or some type of answer that they needed, and they would send them on a vision quest to gain that answer. Or it was kind of like a rite of passage, I believe, too, where they had to do it at a certain point for whatever reason. But that was the first card that came out on what to expect. So there's something that you're seeking the answer to, and I believe it has to do with, because this is Cups, and I believe it has to do with your relationship, because starting off, that's like literally what came through as something that you kind of on the fence about, or you going back and forth about. So there's something that like is coming to you, like there's some type of spiritual guidance that's on its way to you, like it's making itself known and present in your life. It may come through dreams, it may come through it could just like any type of spiritual experience. Like you could have a spiritual experience in real life, just like talking to somebody in the elevator, and they just all of a sudden got all the answers to the questions you need, but you know, like that was like divinely orchestrated.
Exactly.
So you got some type of answer coming to you really soon about what you should do, because you're kind of stuck. I feel like they stuck. Definitely stuck. And then the next card is the strength card. So I mean, just like she said, you know, you're not letting this coin get stopped regardless. So you clearly strong enough to withstand whatever is happening, and you have that inner strength to keep going, which is why your coins just keep coming and manifesting. Everything that you want is coming to you so easily and effortlessly, because you got the strength to just move forward and not let stuff hold you back. You got it like innately. It's like a part of who you are, which is something that's really cool, that's really dope, because not everybody has that. Like, that's something I feel like you should really give yourself a pat on the back for, because if you can just keep and get up and moving when you know you got other stuff on your mind, that really just show how focused you are, how driven you are, how like motivated you are. And you still human, so I mean, it still happens, like where you have these moments when you kind of like yeah, I don't know, or in your head about stuff or in your feelings. But one thing about you, you're gonna get that coin no matter what.
Yeah, I love how it's like love, money, kind of reflecting on everything in a way, like just telling you like, yeah, baby, that's kind of over with, but you still need to focus on what you really need to focus on.
Yeah. And then finally you got, not finally, but then next you got the Scout card, which is the four swords. And it's basically just somebody on the lookout for something. Like, you just really kind of have, you just like preparing for something to come your way. I don't know what it is. It's in your brain though. Like, it's really in your mind. Just like you preparing for something. And I guess since this is March predictions, maybe you feel like there's some type of big, because as you can see, like, I always look at this card as like somebody preparing for something that's not really real, like somebody getting ready for an apocalypse that's never gonna happen in their lifetime, at least. Like, because it's like, I always look at this card as like he doesn't, like, okay, like it looked like he afraid of something, like he's standing with his sword ready because he see this train coming, like with smoke, and it's either he doesn't know what a train is, or he don't, like, he trying to figure out who on that train, like he like somebody on that train trying to come and kill me or something. Like, for whatever reason, he paranoid about something that's coming.
Do you think that it's possibly like believing that things are happening too fast?
Because it's right underneath the
Ten of Pentacles.
10 of Pentacles.
Let's see. Let's explain. Let's get it right, please. Please explain. Let's get it right here. What are they looking for? Oh. I don't want to come out. I don't think they have anything else to say about
Try
it.
a different deck.
Yeah, let's see.
But ask the question out loud.
I didn't have the full deck.
Ah, that's why.
She's like, hold on. Okay,
the answer ain't in there yet.
Okay. Why is the Scout card here? What are they looking for? Please explain this for us.
Like, what are they anticipating?
Yeah, what?
Whoa.
Okay, listen.
Something big, clearly.
Listen, the way that smacked. One card, please.
Whoa.
Jesus, what was that?
2 cards.
Okay, well, we'll take 2. We have the Council Chief and the Warrior of Shields.
That's the Emperor. That's the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles.
Okay.
So you really, it does have to do with their money, because they protected it. They feel the need to protect it. Like, you feel like it could just because it's coming in so fast, or maybe. So you feel like they not, well, makes sense. I was gonna say, you feel like they not used to the money.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that
the change in their career, whatever.
Yeah, like things are on the up and up, and it's happening so quick that it's like, shit, this might, like, you know, like, I gotta live in this moment, or I gotta try to save this while I can, type of thing, you know, because they might think like anything could change like this just as soon as I get it. I could lose it.
Because they definitely feel like powerful for real. Like, this is the emperor. The emperor has control over everything in his life. The emperor has, you know, a good hold on, like, his kingdom. So, like, the emperor is here, but also the Knight of Coins is here. So it's like, yeah, I got everything going smooth, but I'm going to protect what's mine.
And I think that may be what's going on in the love life. I think that they want to protect what's theirs so bad they know they have to let this person go because they're no longer on their level. I think that's what's happening, and whoever this is, I want to say it's a she, but I don't know. You know,
right.
The divine feminine, I guess. Whatever is going on, like I sense feminine energy, and I think what's going on is whoever this is, their partner is no longer on that level, and right now it's like, it's either keep up or get left behind, and I think that their partner can't keep up, so they're getting left behind.
It definitely, because the last card is the sled, which is the chariot card.
Right, I think they're getting, whoever this is, they like,
because they life literally about to take off. Like, that's
exactly.
what the chariot is all
and
about.
And they know it.
Yeah.
They know it because those coins have just been rolling in. Opportunities, you know what I mean? Promotions, whatever is going on in their career is taking them to new levels. And whoever their partner is probably just trying to ride their wave and not for real get out there and work. Whatever it is, they're not keeping up. And so this person is not blinded by love. They like,
it seemed like they didn't had it.
Yeah.
They didn't had enough of the back and forth. They didn't had enough of the fights. They didn't had enough of the arguing, or they didn't had enough of it's time to make a decision because they are gonna hold you back if you don't allow them to let if you don't let them go. And it's time for the reason why it's time for you to let them go is because you're about to head into a new direction really fast. Like, and it has to do with your career. Like, your career is taking you to new heights, like she mentioned earlier, but it's coming fast because your last card of the reading is the chariot card. It's the card of forward movement, quick, rapid movement. Like, the chariot don't come when, it's about a year before your business launches, or it's about a year before your project takes off, or it's about a year before you get that promotion. The chariot come when no promotion is. You could check your email after this reading, and it's probably gonna be something in your email talking about, well, actually you got a raise. Right. Mark my words, something is big.
It's happening.
It's happening in March. For real. In March, honestly, it's what? The lucky month.
Oh, wow.
Luck of the Irish.
Okay.
I love March. It's my birthday month.
We all know.
We know it. So my Aries out there. But yeah, it's definitely a month of coin. I always like to think about March as a month of, like, it just reminds me of, like, this is kind of like Americanized and whatever, but St. Patrick's Day is really big here, and it's just really just a month of, like, luck, because I feel like like the old tales of, like, leprechauns and Irish and pots of gold at the end of the rainbow or whatever. I feel like that energy just surrounds the air in March because it's like that breakthrough month between seasons. Like, March is when spring hits, and it's still, especially like up north, it's still not quite super like bloomy spring yet. It's like at the beginning of spring, so stuff is just starting to unfold. But then soon it's gonna be a whole different, you dig outside, it's hella flowers blooming, the air is nice, it's sunnier, you know what I mean? So I think symbolically March has to do with, like, a showering of wealth, like, coming in.
I like that.
Yeah, March is definitely that coin month for sure. So long story short, you definitely got some decision. I think your decision is already made. Yeah. You ready to go. You ready to keep it moving. You ready to keep it pushing.
This is going to be confirmation.
Yeah. You've been on the lookout, though. You just on the lookout for, like, anything that's going to distract you from your money. Or anything that's going to distract you from your coins. Anything that's going to distract you from your career, your job, whatever. You, like, you ready for it. If you hear a big bang, you ducking because you like, I don't know if it's a gunshot or not. Like,
right, you protecting yourself at all costs, and if it seems like it's not for you, you're quick to cut it off. It ain't nothing to cut that off.
For real.
All right, well, that is it for the reading for group 1.
Okay, so if you picked card number 2 or pal number 2, you so I started off with just asking, like, about your love life for March. So the first row, starting off, you definitely have you definitely have something on your mind when it comes to love, but it's kind of not your focus right now. You're not really focused on it. Like there is something or somebody or some situation that's there, but you kind of got your back turned to it at the moment, and you're just not really focused on it. But there's something big that's happening here that's going to change everything, because you have this tower here, and you're not focused on it though. And I don't know if that's what's going to cause the big tower to come crashing down. I'm getting the feeling that you know that something is about to go down, and you kind of trying to turn your back towards it. It's like you would rather not face it, and that's kind of, I won't say blow up in your face, but because that's a negative term. I feel like it's just something's gonna come crashing down, and you've been kind of ignoring it for a while. But then the Nine of Cups is here, and that's literally like the wish come true card. Like that's literally like the breakthrough. That's like what we've all been waiting for. It's literally what
was chanting in my head as I look at this card. It's like you're just ready for whatever is coming.
Yeah, like literally. So and I feel like maybe it's that you're not necessarily ignoring it. You just like, I can't focus on that right now. Like you just kind of like turn your back to it for a while, and that's when stuff changes, because you are no longer like, you no longer have this like zeroed in focus on it. It's like a I mean, it's there, you know, you see that it's there, but you not, your back, like his back is turned to this card, and like he kind of looking at the cups like they cool or whatever.
I'll deal with it when I feel like it.
Yeah,
that's how it is. It's like really like I'll deal with it when I feel like it. But at the same time, even though that's the attitude that you have about this, I don't think that's the right attitude to have, because clearly some shit is about to change.
Yeah.
So you trying to act like something isn't going on. You trying to sweep something under the rug maybe, and it's gonna pop out regardless.
Right,
Whatever's done in the dark comes to the light.
Exactly.
So at this point, you might as well face it, and whatever it is, you are. I think something small happened what made you realize, okay, well, something bigger could actually go down. So I think that's why they got ready. I think the Tower card was something that was like small, but it shook up their world, like, because they knew what could happen, or that could be bigger. And so like that's why they decided to get ready, because they are ready. Like they was like, okay
yeah, like literally, because this whole like attitude you have towards it, it's like, I feel like there's some type of fed up about it. Like you fed up about something, so you just kind of like, whatever, bro.
Right.
But that, like I said, something about to come crashing down regardless. Like whether you choose to look at it or not, or whether you choose to sweep it underneath the rug or not, everything's about to change. But like after that blow up, there's the Nine of Cups. Like everything works itself out after that. Like what you wanted, like happens. Like what you wanted comes to fruition, and then following that is the Two of Coins, and it usually can be seen as the juggling between two things, but I'm not really looking at it like that in this setting. To me, it's kind of looking at like,
is it letting go?
Because he throwing it up in the air.
Yeah, I'm sensing letting it go.
You see letting it go?
Yeah.
Letting what go?
I don't know. I think what's going on, like after things started to go the right way, I think instead of like always thinking about it or trying to create you know how sometimes in your mind you could try to plan things out the way that you want it to go down.
We know.
I think I think that's what this is representing, like throwing it up, like kind of just
leaving it to God,
leaving it to the universe, to God, whoever, the divine, and allowing it to play out.
Yeah, like you putting your trust that because these is, I feel like these coins represent like the energy that you're putting out, or like the tangible actions or whatever that you're putting out, and like you kind of, like she said, throwing it up in the air, kind of leaving it to fate, let the universe fix to Jesus. And it's kind of like you were expecting it to return to you, because I feel like his hands is out, like he throwing it up, but it's almost like he expecting to catch it too. Like he's like, you're expecting it to come back to you, like you letting it go, but you expecting like whatever you're putting out, you're gonna get back and receive double. Like it's doubling. I'm looking at this, it's like double
for sure.
Okay, Love life. I like that. On to the second row is about your career. So there's definitely some action being taken, like right now. You moving forward. It's some work you've been putting in, and you kind of like looking at it's kind of like a point where you've been working on something for a while, and now you looking at the direction that it could like go in, because you didn't really anticipate for yourself to get to this point, and now you're here and you like, I could actually do more with this. I could actually take this direction and go, like I could actually go this direction that I didn't even know I could go. Like you looking at, you're figuring out different ways and different, it might not even be more than one way, it might just be a specific way, but you definitely headed in the right direction. With this Seven of Wands here, you definitely headed in the right direction, because you kind of like I look at this person, like this like animal on this card, as a deliverer of something good, like something they know, like I need to go that way, that's where the gold is at. And then it's followed by the Magician card, which is all about manifestation. It's all about what you believe. It's all about taking that action and making things appear for yourself. So you know, with this attitude you have to just move forward, and like you got this like energized thing about you going on this month, you're definitely going to be creating stuff and realizing your power of your mind, and realizing the power of action with intention.
I like how you said that.
Action with intention.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I think that this is gonna be something kind of new. I think they're kind of finding their passion right now. And I think that you have to remember that it's gonna take some time.
Definitely.
Because you got this Temperance card afterwards, and the Magician is just basically you taking control and you realizing and moving forward and realizing exactly what you want to do and what makes you happy. Because then you have this right here, the Queen of Cups, and I think that that's representing your passion and your love for whatever it is that you got going on. But remember that when you doing things that you love to do, like don't focus on the time that it's going to take you to become successful, because you already love to do this, so it shouldn't even feel like a job while you're doing it. Right. But don't get discouraged if things don't pick up right away when you want it to happen. Definitely. Because eventually your hard work is going to pay off, and that's what you got to understand. Most people always be forgetting that part, because they instantly think, okay, well, if I'm doing this and I'm putting in all this work, I need to be seeing results tomorrow. But that don't work. It don't work like that. You can even go to the gym one day and see results tomorrow. Exactly. Like you literally have to continue to put in work, and then you're going to gradually, consistently, and then you're going to gradually see the results that you've been looking for. And that's what you need to remember at all times, is that you love what you're doing, and that's going to be the strength that you need to keep going.
And if you haven't figured that out yet, that's what this month is about. That's what you're moving towards. That's what you need to be kind of looking to figure out. Like if you're not passionate about what you're doing, if this don't sound like, you know, I don't like what I do, or I'm not in love with what I do, that's the direction that you need to move towards. That's what this direction is telling you to go towards. Go towards your passion. Figure out what it is that you love to do.
And it's facing this way. And then oh wow.
Yeah.
Because then the Queen is like this. It's like they're facing each other. It's like, go towards your passion. And she like, yup.
This is it. Like, go to what you love. Go towards what you love, because that's what's going to create the change. That's what's going to create the breakthrough that I guess is necessary for you to do what you love every day, because everybody doesn't do what they love every day, but everybody has the ability to. You just have to believe it and know that you deserve to do that. Like, why shouldn't you be able to do what you love every day and make the money you want to make? Who says that you can't? Who says that you won't? And move towards that, because that's what's going to fuel your passion. And you're going to start to see stuff manifesting left and right with this Magician card.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. So finally, we asked for
what should you expect for March 2020, and what should you look out for?
First, we have the Medicine Woman. So the Medicine Woman is the Empress. She's literally she's like actually, the Medicine Woman, let me make sure. Who is the Medicine Woman in the Native American deck? She's either the Empress. She's definitely Major Arcana. She's either the Empress or she's the High Priestess. Let me make sure, because I don't want to tell y'all the wrong message. But I know that the medicine woman is a significant figure in Native American heritage. Like the medicine woman is the person that they come to when they need to heal themselves of any illness, any ailment or illness. The medicine woman is like, she's like the doctor of the tribe. Like, you go to her for anything that's wrong. Like, if you got a cold or a sickness or something wrong with your mind, something wrong with you spiritually, like, you go see the medicine woman. Like, that's what a medicine woman is. She is the person that you seek when you need healing. Like, so I want to say that she is the Empress. So yeah, so the medicine woman is the Empress. So the Empress is here. The Empress is ready to go. And so basically this is really like how we just talked about your passion and going towards that, nurturing. Like, just be very nurturing to yourself and very self-reflective, meditative. Right now we're doing a program called 21 Days of Abundance, where it's literally, it gives you a meditation, it gives you a task to do every single day. And it's really just because it takes 21 days to form a habit. So it's really just being mindful of your thoughts every day and putting you in the mindset to focus on what it is that you want to manifest, focusing on what it is that you want in your life. And just it's a very like self-healing, mental, spiritual, like, it could be physical, because maybe, you know, you do this and it helps you with your body, like, throughout the day. But it's definitely something that I feel like everybody should do, and it's something that is necessary. So you really have to take the time for yourself. You really got to take time to focus on, you know, just anything that's healing. So I think that's really what this Empress is here for. And then Judgment card is here. So it's definitely time to make that decision right underneath the Magician card. It's definitely time for you to figure out what it is that you want to do, and not what it is that you're comfortable doing, or not what it is that you've been doing. You know, figure out what it is that you really want to do, because the time is now. It ain't never been more clear that it's time for you to figure that out, because the Judgment card is right underneath, like I said, the Magician card, which is all about action, which is all about manifestation.
Yep.
And then followed by, she's basically like the Princess of Wands. So, I mean, the Princess of Wands is all about, you know, she's like the initial spark. It's like that flair that, you know, she's a little sassy. She kind of makes stuff happen, and she's not super bold about it. Like, it's not super like in your face, but it's still very powerful. Like, she's not somebody that you really want to mess with, and she's somebody that's figuring out how to be like a master manifester. So this month is all about you really, for real, just taking that action first and being bold and doing something that you're not really used to doing, going after that, not being afraid to just do what it is that you want to do. And your final card is the Sun card, which, I mean, the Sun is a very strong energy. The Sun, there's a lot of strength in the Sun. There's a lot of, what do I want to say? Like, I won't say resilience, because that's not the word I'm really looking for. But the Sun doesn't really, you know, the Sun doesn't, I mean, it goes down at night, but the Sun is always the Sun. The Sun always gives life. The Sun always heats and warms the earth. The Sun is the energy. Like, the Sun is the energy source, I would say. So it's like, you know, showing you that you have the power within you. You have everything within you all ready to shine bright. Like, that's all I keep hearing is shine bright.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's real. Like, that, I think that this whole thing was more so about career than love. And it's really about, like I was saying earlier, not being, like, taking those next steps to what you need to be doing. Like, you know that you want to do something that you're more passionate about. You don't really want to do things that people are telling you what you need to do, if that makes sense. Like, you want to go down a path that makes more sense for you than what makes sense for the world.
Right.
And that's what you need to do. Like, you don't need to be afraid to take those steps forward. You don't need to be afraid to take that action, because that's what the Queen of Wands, is she the Queen of Wands? The Maiden of Pipes? She's the Princess of Wands? Princess of Wands, you know, that's that's the beginning steps, you know what I mean? The Queen of Wands, she just like, hey.
Alright, she already mastered it.
Yeah, she already mastered it. But this princess, she's on her way there. You know what you need to be doing, and she's taking that first step. And you shouldn't be afraid to, because clearly the sun is right under the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups was all about, you know, fueling your passion, and then you have the sun under it. So that basically is confirmation that this will work out. This is what you need to be doing.
You already have the power in you, and we were just talking about this early. Like, people have to understand and believe that they deserve to have happiness, that they deserve to be at a position that's comfortable in their life. They have to believe that they have the power within it to manifest and create the life that they want for themselves. You got to believe it. That's the only thing that separates you from doing what you're doing now and doing what you are passionate about doing. But you got to be patient, though. That's the key. That's really the main thing that if you don't remember nothing from this reading, is just be patient when it comes to manifesting your dreams, because you never really know how that's supposed to manifest, or in what time it is supposed to manifest, or how it's supposed to come to you when it's exactly what you dreamed about. You know what I mean? Like, I talked about this earlier today, or maybe not earlier today, but just in general, like, where I personally felt like I was trying to manifest something that I wanted it to go a certain way, and the more I tried to focus on it going a specific way, the more it didn't go that specific way. But now when I just let it go, and I'm not necessarily focused on how it's gonna happen, I feel more at peace with it. I feel more like I'm just patient at this point, because if it's meant for you, it's going to happen for you. And you have to know that your life, that the life that you envision, the life that you want for yourself, is meant for you. And you got to know that, and you got to be willing to be patient to allow it to come to you.
Yeah, and I think the reason why you're emphasizing it so much is, it could be because, like, sometimes when people are doing so much work and they don't see results, they decide to give up. And I think that the whole message is, do not give up about this, because you're going to be so close. That's when you're going to want to give up, is when you right there. You're literally damn near at the peak. But for some reason, the universe wants you to know, like, when that moment hits, you might need to refer back to this video, save it, do whatever you got to do, so that you know that it's right there. The success is right there waiting for you. You just got to wait a little bit longer. Don't give up. That's all I kept hearing in my mind, is that they might give up. So don't do it.
You got to make that decision to keep manifesting. You got to make that decision not to allow that to come and switch your whole game up.
Yeah.
Wow. Big things stopping and little things. What is it? Big things popping and little things stopping. Yeah.
For sure. Well, okay, group 2. That is your reading for the month of March. Blah blah blah. That is your reading for March 2020. Okay, group 3. So when we first started this reading, the first thing that popped out was the Wheel of Fortune. So clearly that's off to a great start. Wheel of Fortune means that you have the luck on your side. You have good luck on your side. So whatever this is that's happening right here, it's starting off good. And like, honestly, this whole reading was a love reading. For our other 2 groups, we had love and career and stuff like that, but we couldn't get any career out of this. So clearly right now your focus isn't on that. You must be great in that area. That's not something that you got to worry about, but it's this love life that's happening for you right now. So it started off great, and then you have the sun, and I think that I feel like it's something new that came into your life, and you know, like you instantly felt like a good connection with them. It felt like you guys had known each other for the longest. Like, I feel like it's like the honeymoon stage times 1,000 is going on right now. But then we have this death card, and that always indicates that there's change. You know what I mean? The death card isn't anything bad. The death card means that change is coming. But then when I see the 7 of Staves, you know, I see challenges and obstacles that you have to kind of overcome. So I think, what I'm getting right now is that something started, and it started off quick, and that, you know, like, it was like you guys wanted to be kind of away from the world. It was just you two, and you wasn't really thinking about anybody else. And then something went down. It doesn't necessarily have to be something bad, but it can be like reality kind of hit, and now it's like, okay, we kind of got to face the real world right now. And that's what I'm sensing with this 7 of Wands right here. I'm thinking that, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say that when the death card came that it was something tragic or it was something that kind of messed up your relationship.
To kind of like look at things from a different perspective.
Wait,
like, I think it's just like they looking at something from a different angle. Like, that's how I'm looking at this Seven of Wands. Like, after this change happened, now they're forced to look at things from an alternative perspective, or they're seeing an alternative perspective that they never saw before.
Okay.
Like, something is revealed that changes like their outlook on the situation, and now they kind of just, I don't know, because this person is kind of like he's like calculated with his moves now.
Right. That makes a lot of sense, because it's like, maybe, I know that this gonna sound wild, but when you said that, looking from a different perspective, when I see the cards, like all the wands, they kind of seem like they're lining up, but the one that's in his hand, maybe, you know, like this line represent the perspective that they were in, but when he snatched the other wand and now you looking backwards, it's like now you're looking at it in a different light. That's why I was saying it seemed like reality kind of hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there's something that gives me this like vibe that like they're forced to look at it from a different lens.
Yeah. Yep. Damn. Okay, what else is going on?
So, next row, we have the Nine of Cups, followed by the Ace of Cups. Well, the Nine of Cups is definitely wish fulfillment. The Ace of Cups is like the beginning of a brand new love affair, like feelings like overflowing, like overabundant, like, you know, like the way you feel about this person, I'm assuming, is very deeply, because there's a lot of cups here. I mean, we really tried to read your career and love came back. So I mean, this is definitely something that's deep. There's definitely some real feelings here. This is something that that you've always dreamed about, because the Seven of Cups is really like the dream card too. So this is like, not only, this is like the love that you've always wanted. This is the love that you know, that you've always dreamed about. This is like, there's so much love within the connection. But there's the Tower card. There's you got the biggest change cards on the deck. You got the Death card and the Tower card, because even when you was explaining the Death card, he was like, yeah, there's change, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And I was like, yeah, sometimes the Tower can be bad, and I didn't even realize the Tower was on here.
Yeah, but whoever this person is, like you said, like how they feel a deep connection, I think they feel some sort of soul tie or something. Like they feel like,
definitely that.
Yeah, they feel like this is somebody that they will never ever be able to find again. And when I see this Sun card, I feel like, and then they're sitting on the bull, I think they're along for the ride. Like they don't like, care.
Fuck it.
And they don't give a damn what's happening. It's just like that TikTok we saw with the heart.
Oh yeah.
Bent out of shape. Like, honestly, it's like, you can see that this could go either way, but regardless, you want to be down for the ride. Like, you don't want to let this person go.
And sometimes you have connections like that happen, and like, it's, I mean, honestly, it's rare for you to feel like that. So it's like, at this point, you got to just ride that wave, because, I mean, this could be it's honestly, it's looking like the love of a lifetime. Like, this is literally, that's all I kept hearing too, is the love of a lifetime. It's about to go down.
It's about to shake up everything. Look at that Tower card. Like, well, and even as they're falling, they're like, at least we falling together.
Right. Like, well, I guess that's what it is. Like, yeah, this is definitely something that is super deep. It's something that's like real. It's something that there's a lot of feeling and emotion that's involved.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're involved in something like this, people won't understand it. And I think that's why I sense that when you guys first came together, it was like a us against the world type of thing. Like, y'all wasn't really focused on the outside world. Y'all was literally only focused on each other, and y'all was living in y'all own bubble for a while, and until it became a public thing that everybody knew about. But I think that when you try to explain this, that it might not be something that other people understand when it's something this deep.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're gonna get mixed reviews about a lot when it comes to this situation, only because like a lot of people haven't felt any love like this before. So,
but you know, because this last row is like, we asked, what should you know? What did we ask?
What should you expect and look out for?
Right, for March. And this card is the Corn Maiden, which is the High Priestess in the Native American deck. So you know what it is. Like, you know, like when you feel what you feel. Like, you know that it might have seemed like this all just came out of nowhere. It might have seemed like you just lucked up with this person, or it was just like a, you know, it was fate. Like with this Wheel of Fortune, it was really fated. And it, like she was saying, it might be, you know, some misunderstandings or just people that don't understand it in general, or that don't get the gravity or the depth of what the connection that you two have. But you know it, you understand it. The High Priestess is like that deeper inner knowing. It's like that intuition. It's that knowing that is coming from a higher perspective. It's coming from a higher position.
Right.
You tapping into that spiritual connection, that divine connection, that like divine telephone call. Like, you know, you can't really pick the phone up, but you definitely tuned into the channel to hear what's being fed to you. You feel it.
Yeah, and even if people do come with their negative thoughts, I personally don't think that this person gives a damn either way. Because they're on a bull. They could give a you feel me? They literally doing their own thing. Like I said, they along for the ride because they know that they'll never find nothing like this again. It's not meant for everybody to understand. Everybody don't get to feel this type of love.
And don't. Next on that bottom row is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about, it's like literally which direction should I go? Like, you know, you kind of like stuck. But it's not a negative stuck. It's more like a pause. Like, okay, I'm about to figure out how I could, not how, but like I'm going to figure out which direction I'm going to go in. I'm going to figure out which action I'm going to take, honestly. And it's right underneath this Ace of Cups. So it's like you feel all of this love. You feel, you know, how you feel about this person. And now you're really just deciding, okay, what, am I going to go left or am I going to go right? Like you realize you got to pick a direction. You realize you got to make, you know, a choice to move or take action. And, you know, you could either do this, you can either not take action, or you could take action. Or you could either, you know, go one way or not go that way. Like, it's definitely, like with this Two of Wands, it's definitely, you know, like there's two trees here. Like, it's just one of those things where you know, you're forced to kind of figure out what it is that you want to do. And then right after that, it's the Seven of Wands. So there's definitely going to be, like, once you make that decision, you're definitely going to be bombarded with something that's kind of going to make you regret it. Like, you going to kind of look back like, damn, like, maybe I chose the wrong thing. But you, like I said, you know what you need to do. You know what you got to do. You know what it's time to do. You know how you feel. And you know what's real. Focus on what's real. Focus on what you know. Because that's going to guide you on which direction to take. And when you do take that direction, don't be surprised if you get bombarded, because there's a Seven of Cups right underneath this the Seven of Wands right underneath this Seven of Cups. Like, if you really going after your dreams, there is not going to be something it's not going to be no easy pathway to it. If you really want this shit, it's not going to just come to you just because you want it. The universe is going to test you to see how bad you really want it, to see if you're going to fight for it. That's really what it's about.
Wow, and they got the Seven of Wands up here too. I didn't even realize
Oh, wow,
that.
they got hella sevens.
Yeah, so this is definitely about, you know, not being afraid to go through those obstacles. Like, it's not going to be easy when you're going after what you want. That it's never an easy ride, like you was just saying. Like, that's even in the Bible, you know. Straight and narrow.
Yeah, you know, choosing what you want is going to cause the change to happen. It's going to cause things to shift. But, you know, once everything is going to be cleared away, all of that is going to be cleared out. Like, all of this little obstacles, like you were saying, like, I really felt that when you was like, everybody not going to be able to understand. You might be getting mixed reviews or people that's not on board, because that's really what this is all boiling down to. It's really kind of just like, I feel like that's what this is about when I was saying looking at different perspectives. Like,
okay, that makes sense.
Like,
that makes sense. It came to me later.
Yeah.
And that's probably why this blade right here.
Yep, that's the King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords not afraid to speak his truth. He not afraid to say what's on his mind, and he mean what he say. He ain't about that business. He not worried about what none of y'all gotta say. He got a clear head. He know exactly what he gonna do. He know exactly what he needs to do, what's best for him, and he's unapologetic about it.
period. And if you got to treat some people in the way, in the process, do what you need to do.
Do it.
Because like I said, everybody not gonna understand it, and that's not your job to make them understand. This is your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, you might have to do some explaining when it comes to your closest loved ones, but other than that, you don't have to explain yourself to the world.
I think March is really just, it's gonna be a month where your love is tested.
Yes.
And I think this is a big month for y'all. Like, this is something that's gonna shape the rest of y'all relationship. It's really gonna be the foundation that set the tone for how y'all move forward, because y'all are choosing, it seems like y'all choosing each other. Like, y'all are this connection is deep, and you, like I was saying, you gotta choose, you gotta figure out which direction you want to go in. You gonna choose the direction you want to go in, and it's going towards this person and building with this person, and it's not gonna be met with it's gonna be met there. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be met with some sort of resistance, because it's testing to see how bad you really want it, if you're gonna fight for it, and when when life throws things at y'all, how y'all handle it. And that's what's gonna permanently change everything. Like, when y'all choose to fight and not run when things hit the fan, or not run when things seemingly, like the tower, you can look at the tower as a negative thing, like, oh man, everything just hit the fan, we just got into a big fight, the biggest fight of our lives. Or you could choose to look at, like, what caused that. Maybe we can learn from this, maybe we can grow from this. Not saying y'all gonna get into a fight, but
right,
you know, that's the example I'm giving. But
right,
there's something that's gonna happen this month where it's going to shake things up. It's literally the month of, like, tests. Like, I just hear, like, a lot of tests.
Yeah, for sure. And something else, I know that this isn't about to speak to everybody, but for whoever this is for, I'm sensing that it's gonna be, what's going on is they're having some trouble with their partner's family. I don't know who this is for, but definitely I keep getting flashes of someone having trouble with their partner's family, and that's why it's like, do I even want to deal with this?
Right.
Because maybe you feel like your partner isn't standing up or defending the relationship as well as they could be, or you feel like, you know, you just don't know if you want to deal with this, if you could ever win their family over.
And apply that scenario to your situation. Like she said, that message was specific for someone, but for those of you that are watching this, just use that as an archetype of a situation. Like, the family may be represented by a job in your situation, or the family may be represented by an addiction in your situation. Like, there's something, basically there's an entity that is resistant towards what it is that you guys are trying to build, that is holding, you know, essentially that's what it boils down to.
Exactly.
That's holding things kind of back or stagnant, that you believe your partner has to, you know, help alleviate.
Well, that is it for group 3's reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, we do give personal readings. All the information will be down below in the description box. And please tune in again for another pick a card reading. Bye.